MELUSIAN, MELUSIAN, we're gonna get a MELUSIAN! So this is the MELUSINE, or whatever you want to call it, dragon. We're 10 pieces away. We're gonna get him this time. I predict that we will be successful. I'm still gonna try and go for purple keys whenever we have the opportunity usually. But, MELUSIAN here, technically we're gonna get it a week late because the in-game breeding blitz event was this week, so we'll only have like, well, we won't actually be able to take part, but there we go. See, look at that, big brain. I knew that we were going to get 10 pieces like immediately. God, I'm too good for this game. Whew, look at that. There is our MELUSIAN dragon. Oh, this dragon's cute. It's just so fluffy. Like, I don't get what the whole fluffiness is about, but I like it. I like it a lot, dudes. So we're going to go ahead, hatch one of these. Alright, we'll sell one of these. And then where are our new eggos? Because he's going to appear in here, right? Good, good. So we've got our Flamey here. We've got our MELUSIAN here. So now what this means is we need to hatch all of these new dragons that we've gotten from these events. So when we hatch MELUSIAN and we hatch the Flame and we hatch the Ancient Chest Dragons, the only one that we really need now is the Red Horn, and if we get Red Horn then we will unlock IK'EZ. A lot of people do already have IK'EZ, but I've been, you know, I didn't buy the generator or anything like that, so getting the actual tickets is a little bit of a tough cookie to bite. But while we're here, let's go and open the remaining chests that we do have, and we'll see if we can get ourselves some pieces of Red Horn as well. Whenever we see epic pieces, we will indeed be getting pieces of Red Horn. So if you want to give me a full Red Horn, that would be acceptable. If you want to give me a full Pokra, that would be acceptable. But, you know, when you're opening these chests, it's all in the hands of the RNG gods. There's not a lot that you can do to... In fact, there's nothing that you can do to boost your odds or make it more likely that you're going to get the dragon that you want. Sometimes you might not get a single piece for the dragon that you want. And that's just how these chests are. And a lot of the time you'll find yourselves getting more pieces of the legendaries than you'll find yourselves getting pieces of the epic. Which is unfortunate, but that's just the way that the odds kind of work out in these chests now. So you can see there that we pretty much got exclusively single pieces for any dragons that weren't Slushy. And you know, that's normal. That's normal. We're halfway there now, though. We're halfway to Red Horn. There we go. Another duplicate Slushy. So I'm going to take the tickets this time. Another 10 pieces for Red Horn ain't bad either. And what's this one going to be? Boom bang! Another 10 pieces of Red Horn. See how your luck can change in an instant with these chests. So even though it'll be like, oh god, where are we going to get these bonus tickets from? I barely got enough for this Red Horn. We could get it next chest. It could take us 100 chests to get it. That would be unlikely, but that's just the way that it is. So, of course, the collection that I'm talking about here is Bright Flames. Make sure you don't forget about it, because this is technically the easiest one to complete. Although, for a lot of people, getting 100% of a River Dragon might be quite difficult, because the pieces are split between River and the Firestorm Dragon. So whenever you get pieces of the Firestorm Legendary, you're probably like, oh god, I don't even want them. I don't even want them. That's probably what it feels like. And I get you. I get you. I would throw in the Flame Dragon right now, but there is no space in our hatchery if I were to do so, which would mean I wouldn't be able to do the breeding quest for Dragon's Dice. There are a lot of things that you've got to remember while you're doing all these other events, and then this event, and then that event, because it's like, if you're breeding for the Dragon of the Month, for instance, then you're going to put yourself behind in the actual Dragon's Dice event because of the breeding quests and things like that. You've got to remember those things, because if you don't, you are going to put yourself behind in the event even more than you might have already. Especially if you're someone like me that misses resets because you actually have decided to start valuing more than 5 hours of sleep a night. Then you've got to remember these things, because whenever you're not fully optimizing, you might end up missing out on things like that, because the game's events are too difficult. They always have been. And they're probably forever going to be made like that. Because they despise us. Gameloft despises us. Oh well, I suppose. And here... why is my throat dying? Someone explain that. But right here we have a perform 18 normal attacks. And this is like my favorite quest in the whole dungeon. Because this quest here means that you don't actually have to defeat any dragons. So even though we've got Nezha here, who's almost at her final stage of enchantment now, you don't actually want to be killing these enemy dragons. You just want to be like keeping your beetle dragon up, or whatever dragon you might be using. Just keep them alive. Just keep them alive. Keep letting them attack the enemies, but don't move on to the next round of dragons, and then you'll just keep getting more points, more and more points. But you'll see here that our dragons got destroyed. There are currently a lot of bugs in the Bottomless dungeon, and it makes progress quite difficult at times because, for instance, Divine isn't working properly, and let's be honest, Divine has never worked properly in the Bottomless dungeon because depending on what you did with the Divine element and a certain little trick, you could make it so that you could make your dragons invincible. And now the Divine element is just not giving dragons bonus HP sometimes. You know, there's a few other elements that aren't working properly. I don't remember exactly which ones. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them that aren't actually working correctly. So it does make progress in the dungeon a little bit tough. Well, tougher than it needs to be. Because we're already relying on these sort of annoying quests that we have to do, and now I've got to deal with this as well. I know, it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain. But oh well, defeat 2 dragons with a weak attack is probably going to be the next one that we want to go for here. We're just going to bless him because Nez is going to die. And then we can murder this boy, which will help us murder the other 2 boys. See, perfect. Absolutely perfect. In fact, if we can time it right, maybe we can... Is that enough? Damn it! We went too far. So if you can time your Dragon Fury properly, then you can do that without killing that dragon. And then that's like the best case scenario. But I did murder it, which is unfortunate. I think the worst thing in the dungeon is when you don't find any dragons that, you know, you can use weak attacks against at all. Maybe depending on the kind of team comp that you've got. It kind of sucks. Perform 4 weak attacks is also pretty good sometimes, but it also means that your dragons tend to die quite quickly. Because the enemies just sort of decimate you. But you know, we'll get about a K here, or like 900. Just under here. Which is okay. It's not ideal when we're at this point, where we've done loads and loads and loads of fights. But I'll take it. You know, I'm not someone that's obsessed with doing the dungeon stuff, not by any stretch. And the later on in the dungeon that you go, the more expensive it gets. Like, look at this! It's so expensive coming down here to the purple chest section. But if you're logging in every 6 hours, you should already be on the purple chest by now. But the purple chest is so expensive that I don't care enough to go and open it, to be honest. But this week, my dungeon token count has not gone up at all, because I have been buying exclusively dungeon chests. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Probably a bad thing. But we got 1 piece of red horn at least here, so what are we going to get? Another 10 pieces of red horn. Look, there you go. Game heard me. The game knew what I wanted. It's going to give me this boy. So, again, next time, I predict that we will, if we've got at least, say, 20 chests, I think we might have a good shot at getting the last 8 pieces of red horn there. You know, that just shows you what the events can be like at times. And one thing that I haven't really gone into so far with this event is just how good some of the decorations are. Because, not gonna lie, the dragon that's got, like, lava spewing out of its mouth is a very cool one. Where is he? Are these all old ones? Yeah, they are. Where is my cool lava spewing dragon? Ah, he was right at the beginning. I missed it. Look at him! This is such a cool statue, dude. Like, for everything that I complain about with these events, I like their statues. So I'm going to put down 3 of them. Oh, look at him. Oh, they're so pretty. I love it. Love it, my dude. So now we are on to the next reset for Dragon's Dice. And now that we have MELUSINE, we've got the Flame Dragon. Really, the only thing that we have left to do is go for purple keys. I mean, we're kind of doing that anyway, but now there's, like, no reason to land on the other tiles at all, if you can help it. But main problem with Dragon's Dice, when you're trying to get through the map, is the fact that you're relying on dice RNG rolls to give you the rolls that you want. So, sometimes you might go an entire lap of the map without getting any purple chests between, because your, you know, dice RNG just isn't very good. And there's not a lot that you can do about that. Unfortunately, that is just the way of the game. You can't manipulate dice rolls to roll the way that you want. Yesterday, I re-rolled the dice 22 times to try and hit a 2. And it still didn't hit a 2. So, I stopped bothering. I genuinely stopped bothering. But, you know, we've still got 2 weeks just over to keep grinding for this event. Of course, I'm not on pace for molim right now with the amount that we've done. But a lot of people seem to be around about the 300-ish area if they've been logging in for pretty much every reset and they're not spending money. So, even though I hate this event, everything that it stands for and everything that it is, we're still gonna try and grind for as many points as we can get. Because even though the event might be pretty trash, all things considered with the RNG and, you know, adding the arcane breeding blitz, which has just, like, annoyed me to a new level, it is possible to get molim free to play at the end of the month. But again, you're going to be looking in for most resets. I miss 1 reset a day. The nightly reset, because it's at midnight to 6 AM. And I would have to wake up before 6 to make that happen, and I try to, but my body is unwilling. There's not a lot that you can do to force your body to want to do something that it quite obviously does not want to do. It's very difficult to wake up sometimes early just to do a reset, like you've been doing for 2 weeks. It's like, oh god, it's so boring, I can't force it. And that's just the way that it is. So, in the meantime, I'm going to add that you might want to make sure you've got as many portal gems as you can, because, you know, it's always a good idea between events to stack up on portal gems. Like, I've been at a 200 limit for a while. I should probably use them a lot more, but if you don't have them yet, I highly recommend doing that. I didn't realise we had 3 relics of hatching. That would actually be quite useful for some of these dragons if I wanted to use them. But I am going to save all of the hatching, breeding ones for a different time. Say we get a breeding blitz event that includes the Libra dragon. I believe it's the Libra, the purple one that we're missing from the dragon collection. Yeah, this one. So when a breeding blitz comes for this, I'm going to be saving all of it for that one, and we'll see what happens there. Because RNG made it so that we didn't get that dragon, which sucks. And again, that's just the way of the game. It's just the way of the game. So anyway, for now, I hope you enjoy yourselves. I hope you get some good luck on all of the various ancient events that are ongoing, because there's like 12 of them. And until next time, enjoy yourself, my friend.